And thank you once again, everyone, for joining me on this magnificent adventure through the heart cave, through the land of Oz, into the unknown space of who you truly are, knowing yourself, allowing yourself to be the best version of you. And let's hear from some participants here, sharing what's on your heart, what's on your mind, what was your experience like. And I'm going to select people in the order that I see names. You're not obligated to share, but we would love for you to share any words on your mind, even if it's a simple thank you. And I would like to begin with Sammy because I see you first.
My experience was that I felt really grounded, and yeah, it gives me like another perspective. I also do feel that in some parts I'm not there yet because I feel like the resistance in my thoughts. But yes.
Right.
So
How do you relate to the resistance?
it's I relate to them to just thoughts that I need to manage and get a different mindset around that.
Absolutely. And can you see that those thoughts of resistance are actually support systems allowing you to stay within the boundaries of the path that you need to follow?
Could be, yeah, it could be.
Because if you allow everything to support you in a positive way, then those resistance thoughts must be here to serve you.
Yes, totally.
So the more you expose yourself to this vibration with vulnerability and acceptance and being true to yourself, then those thoughts of resistance will transform into thoughts of unlimited power. So please keep joining us, Sammy. It was wonderful to have you here.
Thank you for this session. It was wonderful.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Someone new again here. Eveline, if you are available to share, we'd love to hear from you. If I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Yes, thank you.
You have to unmute yourself, Eveline, on the left hand
side. Have it, Muna.
Sorry.
Thank you for inviting me to this. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's very allows one to go into oneself. I especially liked the image of the heart going back into the heart. It's very powerful. I'm sure that I can benefit a lot from, and I want to thank you for allowing us to have this experience. What I especially liked about it was also the fact of this, which is a kind of philosophy that which I share completely with you in terms of unconditional love, trust, being really compassionate and away from all the power gains. And I felt like this was very focused in what you were saying and allowing me on this inside journey to see what it is that it is making me accept more and more those aspects of myself. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. That is absolutely wonderful. And it's wonderful to have you here, Eveline.
Thank you.
And please do feel free to join us again. All right. Angela, I love your background, as many of us do here. And please share, what did you gain from the class today?
This background, I have to say, is drawn from a friend of mine on Facebook who draws these. Isn't that amazing?
Absolutely.
And yeah, so I used his background, but
Who you talking to?
Who
you talking?
just a minute.
Who's that?
Um,
Who is it?
I thought maybe you were a
sorry about that.
No,
My son,
no, no.
my son is asking who
Yes.
this is, who you
Yes.
are. But it was beautiful. I kept picturing
I don't-
a cave
I
on the
still-
beach. Hang on, sweetie. And I pictured the sun, but it was like a golden heart, and it kept coming closer and closer.
Yeah.
So it was beautiful. And
Can you tell me what his name is?
my dog loved it.
I'm
So
very impatient.
she stayed right with me.
I'm very impatient.
Yes.
He's got to know now everything's gonna go.
No problem. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we can't quite see him because of your background there, but it's wonderful that your family's involved in this
Oh,
process.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Angela. Excellent. Excellent. It's magnificent when other people are in our field, getting exposure to this vibration as well. It's impacting everyone. It's not just an internal experience because the internal is automatically affecting the external. And your lives will change more and more. The more you elevate to this frequency, the more your reality will manifest differently. And it's inevitable. You don't have to consciously manipulate a thing. It just happens as you step into the higher and higher versions of yourself. All right. So there's a couple of other new people. I don't know if we've heard from Irene before. Denise and Angie. If any of you are available, please do unmute yourself. Yes, please, Angie.
Hello.
Oh,
I'm so beautiful chilled now here on the sofa.
yes.
So it's evening where I am. So I'm not even going to come out of trance. I'm just going to stay like this straight till tomorrow morning. Thank you. It was lovely. I very much enjoyed it.
Well, thank you so much for being here and being present and allowing yourself to have that experience. Magnificent. Perfect, perfect. Irene or Denise, if you're available, we'll definitely hold some space for you to share. Thank you, Denise. Thank you for being here. Excellent. All right. So from our regulars here, who is inspired to share? Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Matthew, and to everybody for creating the collective energy tonight. I've been doing this for about 3 weeks now. And as of last week, last 3 nights, I've been doing this every night, going through this process. And the cumulative effect is just incredible. It really is. Just doing it on a one-off is wonderful, but doing it on a regular basis is just shifting me so easily, so naturally. Having experiences I haven't experienced before, things are just shifting when I'm meditating. Just beautiful experiences that I'm not even not sure I know how to describe. They just are. And then I think I mentioned on Wednesday that I was having dreadful sleep, very restless nights after these sessions. But after doing them every night, I started sleeping really well, having the best sleep I've had for a long, long time. And then last night I woke early. I was a bit restless last night, but as I woke, I realized that I'd received another download or an upgrade, whichever way you want to look at it. And as I've said before, I never know what these downloads are. I just know my body feels different. So I know that something has happened, and then time will reveal what it is, or maybe not. It's just something, like I say, some things are different, but I can't explain what it is. But I just want to encourage anybody, particularly if this is the first time you've done this, The value of doing it as a cumulative exercise is beyond anything I could have expected. It really is incredibly powerful. And I think I said when I was having the restless nights, I was determined to keep going until I got to the vibration where it wasn't disturbing me. And I know that that was just part of the process I needed to go through because of where I was to get to where I am. But now it just feels beautiful. And I can't imagine this not being part of my evening routine before I go to bed. It's also the evening for me here in the UK. And this is rapidly becoming part of my evening routine, along with another meditation I do straight afterwards, and then go to sleep. And it's quite amazing. So thank you, everybody.
Well, thank you, Lisa. That's extraordinary. And thank you for allowing yourself to gain that accumulated effect and having more restful sleep. Absolutely amazing. And let's hear from Oz again, if you'd like to share. I see that you've literally transported to a different background, so thank you.
I was inspired by Angela. So yeah, this is a koi pond we have here in Liberty Park in Salt Lake City, and it's one of my favorite places. They have every color of koi you could imagine, from the little orange ones to blue and black ones that are like just massive. And it's amazing how they all kind of swim and coordinate together and just move around each other and then go fast and then go slow again. It's just it's wonderful watching them, and I have taken so much photography and created so much art around that koi pond. But again, Matthew, I want to thank you. This was something that reminded me who I am, who I choose to be, and what I have stopped doing as much as I used to. So back to meditation again every single night. So that is the gift I will give myself in 2021. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Excellent. Well, Karen, why don't we hear from you again? Because you had an extraordinary story that you were sharing with us. So anything else that you'd like to share in this moment?
Yes. I've been in the middle of a paradigm shift with myself. And it's been going on since October, when I had a 7-hour surgery due to a fall. And in this paradigm shift, I am transitioning from being having a servant's heart, because that's the way I was raised. I was raised that it would be selfish to focus on self. So everything was about others. And my profession was teaching, so it was very easy to get wrapped up in that. And the problem students were my focus. And in this paradigm shift, I've become a part of these sessions. And so I can feel, it's almost like my body's floating to the ceiling. And I am practicing giving myself unconditional love instead of everybody else. I still have the relationships with others. My relationships with my 3 daughters are improving. My relationship with my husband has transformed from focusing on how to get him out of the house into assisted living so I can finally breathe and not suffocate, to making a decision that he stays here and we change our mindset and our routines and our habits to make it work. And so the gift of going on this journey with myself, I truly believe, is the gift of you, all of you, even the ones I don't know. But also, I received a gift this morning as a reward of what one experiences when they release themselves to go on the yellow brick road. And I was able to take myself to a setting in the woods when I was about 7 years old, and discovering steep hills. And so my yellow brick road was, you know, in the dirt. And it took me to places that I discovered. And one of them was this beautiful creek where I could walk across the water, and the sun, you know, was shimmering around me. And as a child again. Well, being a child, if we can all stay childlike, I think is a secret to joy and happiness. And I'm just so grateful and thankful. These surprise experiences are, whew, there's no words for them. I'm speechless. It doesn't happen too often. But thank you so much. And I think the greatest treasure of my husband's sharing this morning is, and we laughed about it because in his college days were his drinking days, and he had numerous dates and numerous opportunities to give this pin away. And the fact, pardon me?
Can you show us the pin again?
Yes, is that better?
Up higher.
Higher? Okay.
There we go. That's sort of kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he remembered it was a heart and it's Valentine's Day. But the fact that he had so many women in his life during his party years, and this is our third marriage for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And we finally got it right. I stayed single for over 20 years. And of course he's been in recovery for over 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And is proud of it and wants to help anybody who needs help. But even in the last hour, I appreciate this gift more than 2 hours ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's extraordinary.
And I think that's because of this extraordinary experience we have when we come here. I do not do daily meditations, but I'm inspired to strive for that because I can see the benefits, and it's a gift I can give myself. And I don't feel guilty about giving myself more love. I feel balanced finally. It's taken me 73 years to get to this point, but it's okay. It's okay if it takes 173 years.
Absolutely.
And Oz, when you shared about your parents, I could relate because I didn't have the best parents in the world either. And it was so moving that you shared that hug, but then Jesus told you to go back because you have more work to do and your time is not yet here.
Mm.
And I can relate to that. Thank you for opening up about that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you, Karen. Thank you for sharing your magnificent, radiant light with us and everything that you've experienced. And we're really pleased that you're able to appreciate your husband's gift even more from the session today. So thank you for bringing that into the space. And maybe let's hear from one more person who would like to share what they experienced today. As we wrap it up, please unmute yourself if you are inspired to share what you gained. The spark of enthusiasm is speaking to someone in this moment. Who will it be?
I have something else I wanted to share.
Please do.
I was thinking from last class, I just noticed that I was practicing that breathing throughout the week, or when all of a sudden I felt like I needed it. And it's really helped. Just, I also kept thinking about love because of Valentine's Day, and through this week, unconditional love, and what does that look like? And it's just brought up like an exploration of possibilities, constant possibilities, and I feel so much more aligned with my true being, and inspired by others as well. So it really means a lot. It's interesting, those who do not meditate or give that to themselves, I have people who think, oh, that's, like almost like, oh, that's a waste of time, when the simplest gift seems like it's nothing, and it's everything. It's all intertwined.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I've been doing that. And also I loved when we were in sync, when for some reason I want to put my hands, fingertips together,
Mhm.
but I was moving my thumbs like this in
Oh.
a real fast, and I was doing it. I was thinking clockwise, picturing that, and it's spinning and spinning, and then you said it's spinning clockwise, so it was right in sync for me. So
Oh.
I almost floated up to the ceiling.
That's amazing, Angela.
So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Matthew, can I share a quick meditation story?
Yes, please.
How powerful it is. So I've been meditating for decades, and my most powerful meditations, for some reason, always seem to be near water. I'm not really sure why. So I was in Tibbetts Brook State Park in Westchester County, New York, many years ago, and I got into a very, very deep meditation. It was my Amber Light meditation, where I just go higher and higher and higher levels. And I recall that for the first time in my life, I reached a state called samadhi. Okay, if you guys don't know what that is, it is literally like you're with God, where everything is glowing. And I remember slowly coming out of the meditation, and I was sitting on a park bench right by a beautiful lake, and I looked around me, and there was a family of ducks that were looking at me, a family of geese that were looking at me. There were two dragonflies, one on my right shoulder and one just above my heart. There were chipmunks. They were just all animals that were just literally staring at me because they did not recognize me as human. And slowly they all dissipated. Eventually they all got away. A dog came running by and chased most of them away. But one dragonfly remained. And I would try to get it up, and it would just move and stayed and would not leave. And eventually, after about 20 minutes of trying to get this dragonfly to join its brethren that were flying over the lake, it flitted up, it shot about 50 feet out, and then it turned and looked at me, looked right at me, and then just left. And it was the most outstanding experience of my life, equaling the birth of my children, because I realized that we can be one with God. It's just, you just have to reach that samadhi state. Matthew, hopefully that's something that you teach here, because it is unbelievably powerful. There's nothing quite like it. There's no amount of money, no amount of friendship, no amount of sex that goes everywhere near getting to the samadhi state. And I'm sure you've been there many times, Matthew.
Amen, brother. I mean, that's what it's all about. Opening into that enlightened reality where everyone and everything is our friend, here to support us. And we will continue on that journey. And with your vibration being part of the community here, Oz, I'm sure you are helping to accelerate at quantum speed where we are all headed into samadhi. So thank you for sharing your gifts with us.
I'll be back and I'll bring friends.
Awesome, brother. And thank you everyone for joining us. This is every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Phoenix Rising Masterclass. And I look forward to seeing you all again. Bye for now.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Matthew. It was awesome. Love you all. Happy Valentine's